Hey, what's up guys and gals? It is me, Danny Lightning. We are back with another video. Hope you're doing great today, and Fifine just came out with this little microphone right here. This is the brand new Tank 2 handheld microphone from Fifine. One of the best things about this, it's a XLR and a USB microphone, so you can use it either or, which is great. There's really not too many USB handheld microphones out there that are actually good, and in my opinion, this thing sounds really good. Now, this came with a adjustable height microphone stand. I'm not sure if there's different packages with or without that, but the one they sent me, and yes, they did send me this for free, but these are my own thoughts and opinions. You know, I get to say whatever I want about this thing, but yeah, look at this thing. And of course, if you own a microphone boom arm, you can put it on that as well and use it like this, which is really good. So this is what it sounds like with the big old foam windscreen. So Peter Piper picked a pack of peppers, and I'm not popping the microphone at all, and Sally sells seashells, and it doesn't sound too terribly high-pitched or sibilant. And this is the way the microphone sounds if you take the windscreen off. It's probably going to sound a little bit brighter. Now, there is a little button on top. Let me go ahead and turn this. You can kind of see it there. That's going to be our mute or on off button. So if we flip that, so Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper, and the microphone is definitely going to have some plosives, but that windscreen does fix that, and the mute button or the on off switch works great. So right now we do have this on XLR. In a few minutes we'll go ahead and put it over to USB. So when this thing showed up, this was the box it came in right here. There was a little instruction manual. You got the microphone, the windscreen, and the microphone stand all in one small convenient package right here. Yeah, check this thing out, baby. The Tank 2 from Fifine. And it does come with a USB cable as well. Now on their website it says this works with a laptop, a desktop, your phone, and a PS4 or PS5. This thing will record in 192 kilohertz and 24 bits, which is awesome. That is really good. It does have a headphone jack on the back, so when you're using this microphone on USB, you can plug in a set of headphones and get real-time monitoring with no latency or no delay, which is amazing. And there's also a little, gain knob. There's a little thing you flip to the left or the right on the back of the microphone to adjust the microphone's gain when you're using it on USB as well. And it does look like this microphone comes in either black or you can get it in white. So the microphone does have a bit of handling noise, and if you touch the cord, you're probably hearing that come through as well. So that's a little bit of a bummer on a handheld microphone, to tell you the truth. Let's go ahead and test the off-axis noise rejection. So we're going to go ahead and spin the microphone around and see how much of my voice is picking up. So now we're at 90 degrees. Now we're going to spin it around this way. I know you're hearing some of the handling noise again. Let's spin it back around this way. And let's go ahead and spin it back this way. All right, let's go ahead and plug this in on USB and see what this thing sounds like on the USB connection as you've been hearing it on the XLR connection. All right, so now we have it on the USB connection, and I do have my headphones plugged into the back, and it sounds really nice. There's absolutely no latency or delay. Let me go ahead and take my glasses back off. I was just reading the manual, and there's one thing I cannot quite figure out. Maybe I missed it in the manual somewhere, but I can't figure this out. So when I adjust the little thing in the back, it's actually turning the volume of the computer up and down and not the microphone's gain. I tried pushing it in. I tried doing a few things. I'm not sure how you change the gain on the microphone, so I just went ahead and went into my computer settings and changed the gain on the microphone that way. I'm going to go ahead and edit this in really quick, but I did talk to somebody at Fifine, and all that little dial on the back does is change the volume of your computer. You have to change the microphone gain in your computer's actual settings. Now in the owner's manual, there are some instructions that show you how to find the settings in your computer to adjust the level of the microphone in the PCs. Okay, so now this is what the microphone sounds like if we pull the windscreen off on USB. So let's go ahead and do our off-axis noise rejection test on USB. So Peter Piper picked a pack of peppers. Now we're around here. We're going to move the microphone around to this direction. I'm not really sure how much of my voice you're hearing when I have it, to the side or to the back, but it seems like through my headphones, it's doing a pretty good job at rejecting noise from the back and the sides. Now, in my opinion, I think this would be a really good microphone for singing. It does sound like the sound signature you get is designed to cut through. So if you're like, I woke up to the sound of pouring rain, the wind would whisper in a dream of you. That's not bad, guys. It sounds pretty darn good. I'm going to Jackson. I'm going to mess around. I'm going to Jackson. Watch out, Jackson Town. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprouts. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a good singing microphone, I do think. From what I can hear in my headphones, this thing sounds really good on USB, and it sounds really good on XLR as well. So, you know what? If you're looking for a good USB and XLR handheld microphone, this definitely might be something to look at if you like the way it sounds. Alright, so I think we're going to switch back over to XLR because that's really going to be the only fair test, because these are XLR microphones, but I think we're going to compare it to an sm57 and a sm58, which are two of the most popular microphones in the world. So you're going to get to hear how this budget Fifine microphone sounds compared to two professional quality microphones. Alright, so now I am speaking right into the front of the Shure sm58, and this is the way it sounds. And if you notice, there's a lot less handling noise on something like this, but the overall sound quality from what I can hear through my headphones so far is pretty darn close. I mean, this thing does, I think this little Fifine does sound very professional. So it does sound like a professional microphone in my opinion. So this is the sm58. Let's go switch back to the Fifine. Alright, so now I'm back on the Fifine, and in my headphones, these are sounding almost identical. I can't really tell the difference in my headphones. I'll find out if that's still the case once I play this back, but this is the Fifine Tank 2 handheld microphone, and let's go ahead and plug in the sm57 and let you hear that really quick. And this is the way the Shure sm57 sounds right here. This is definitely a little bit of a brighter microphone, I would say. This is the handling noise on the Shure. I mean, both of these Shures are around $110 each. The price has gone up. They used to be 99 bucks for years and years and years, but the price did go up to $109 on the sm57 and the sm58. So this is the way the 57 sounds, and let's switch back to the Fifine. Alright, so now we are back on the Fifine microphone. It's definitely not as bright as the sm57, but it probably sounds very similar, or, you know, kind of similar to the sm58. And just so you know, there's been no processing, no EQ, no compression, no nothing to change the sound of these microphones, other than, you know, I'm adjusting the volume of each one to try and make sure they're all at the same level and at the right volume for YouTube. But that's about the only thing we've done, is maybe a quick volume change and nothing more. So these are microphones being heard as they are, the way they are, and this is what they sound like. Alright, so it looks like these microphones are selling for around $60-ish on Amazon. I will put a link in the video's description and the pinned comment as to where you can get one of these. That way, if you're interested, you can pick one up. But yeah, around 60-ish bucks with the microphone stand on Amazon. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is this is a all-metal build, and the microphone feels very heavy-duty and very sturdy. You could probably drop this thing or pound it a hammer with a nail, or a nail with a hammer. It feels like it's built very well. So if you take the little ball off the front, there is a really thin piece of foam in there that's going to help with some things, a few things. But yeah, this is what it sounds like if you take the ball off. I would not recommend using it like this because you could damage the capsule if you set it down or drop it or something. But there's a look at that right there. And now we put it back on there. But if you're a person that's got problems with your plosives, go ahead and put that windscreen on there. That'll also darken it up a little bit. So if you like a slightly darker sound and you don't want to have Peter Piper picked a peck of pepper popping the microphone like crazy, so Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper. And you know that windscreen does seem to do a very good job at stopping the plosives so you don't pop the microphone. But overall, it seems like a really cool, good sounding microphone, other than the fact that there is some handling noise. I mean, that's really about the only thing I can find to complain about, is we do have handling noise on the microphone. Overall, it seems like a very nice microphone. Sound quality wise, I think it's on par with professional quality microphones, but you know, they don't have quite as much handling noise as this one does. I mean, that's really about the only thing I can think about to complain is, hey, it does have some handling noise, but put it on your microphone stand, put it on your boom arm, and handling noise will go away. Just, you know, don't touch the microphone cable, because some noise does come through the cable as well. How much, I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, this is the Fifine Tank 2 handheld microphone. And if you guys like this content, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. If you want to become channel members, click the little join button right below the video. That helps this channel out a lot. Again, they did send me this one for free, but you know, I get to say whatever I want. Fifine never asked me to do anything specific or say anything specific. They just send me stuff and say review it. And if I have any complaints or concerns or feelings about that, they always seem to take that in consideration. I mean, there's been certain things that were a little off on certain microphones, and they actually fixed those things, which was really cool. The only other thing I can think to complain about, and I probably should mention this, I do wish the microphone fit a little bit tighter in this microphone clip. It's not in there loosey-goosey or anything, and it holds it pretty good, but it will slide out of there pretty easy, so that's just something to be careful of. You know, it's not a really tight grip. Like some of those clips, the microphone almost snaps into it, and it's really hard to get it out of there or move it when it's in the clip. So being a little bit easier to move and come out of the clip really easy is something you may like or something you may not like. I think that's going to be personal preference. Me personally, I do wish that clip was a little bit tighter on the microphone. That way you don't accidentally knock it out of there or something. So besides that and the handling noise, I would say I would give this a overall really good review. It sounds really nice. It's just a really nice sounding microphone. But you know, not perfect. No microphone's perfect. You're never going to find the perfect one. But if you can find one that you like, that fits your voice and sounds good in your room, because everybody's got a different voice, everybody's got different room acoustics and stuff like that. So every microphone is going to sound different for each person. But yeah, this is the Fifine Tank 2. Lightning out, signing off, and we will catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.